All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and this isn't going to be a watch video. This is about buying and selling a car and how that went for me. Just for you watch freaks out there, I'm wearing my my Resco out of Coronado, California. Love this watch. Been wearing it like crazy. But no, recently I sold a car, bought a new car, and sold a car, and I thought the experience was worth talking about online. I think that both of these outfits get talked about quite a bit on YouTube, and I just wanted to share my experience with that. So the whole situation, I had a 2021 Tacoma four-wheel drive SR5 four-door, pretty desirable truck, especially here in California. I think a lot of people like to have a Toyota 4x4. They're great vehicles, but I also have a Z71, or not a Z71, but a Chevy Silverado, which is my truck I drive most of the time. My wife was like driving the Tacoma four-wheel drive. Long story short, she was getting tired of driving a four-wheel drive pickup truck, freeway driving, not super comfortable, bouncy and stuff. So we're big fans of Mazdas, and so I went looking for a pre-owned Mazda for her, and particularly what we were looking for was a Mazda CX-5. In the past, I've purchased a couple of cars from CarMax, and so I went onto the website for my local CarMax in the area, and they had a pretty nice one for sale at my local CarMax, and I made a reservation to go take a look at it, with the thought that, okay, I can trade in my 2021 Toyota Tacoma towards this. My thought was to get a little bit of money back, but we went to the dealership, found a different car that we liked that was quite a bit more money, significantly more, about $10,000. It was a 2024 Mazda CX-50 all-wheel drive turbo. Of course we fell in love with that, right, over a 2018 CX-5. CX-5 was a great car, had very, very low mileage, but the CX-50 turbo was like a no-brainer. So anyways, while we test drove that car, CarMax took my truck, which was a very clean truck, but did have 75,000 freeway miles on it. They did an appraisal of it and came back with a offer for me. I'm not going to say what the offer was, but when we got back from the test drive, the offer was sitting on the table. I saw the offer, I grabbed the paper, I said, thanks for your time and your business, or thanks for your time, and I walked out. He kind of like was like, whoa, and I said, he said, you didn't like the car? And I said, I love the car, I don't like your offer. And I know that with CarMax, they cannot haggle. That's kind of their whole deal, is right, no haggle, and their price for their offers is dictated on their, I think, their national, national sales and whatnot. I've done some research of all their vehicles like that for sale at the time, and it was lower than the lowest and lower than I expected to get for that vehicle. So left, but I really liked the car I drove, and the price on the car I drove was good from CarMax. So went online to Carvana, who, when I was doing my research for buying a car, selling a car, and whatnot, had made me an offer of, at the time, about $1,200 more for my my Tacoma. And so I went back to their website, and I've never dealt with this outfit. This is all online. I know that they don't have dealerships, which probably reduces their overhead. Somebody like CarMax, you have to turn over that inventory on the lot in a certain amount of time, otherwise you got a lot of dead money sitting around, and dead money doesn't do any business any good. So where Carvana, I don't think they deal with that as much, because they tend to shuffle cars. I think a lot of times the car's almost sold before they actually get a hold of it. So they do that kind of a hustle. So I think they're all able to offer more. But the experience online was really actually so smooth that I was like, wow, is this for real? Like, they took my information, I signed paperwork, you can either take a check, or you can do a direct deposit to your bank. We were traveling about 130 miles to do the drop-off of the vehicle to avoid a pickup charge, and I didn't want to drive with a check that large in my pocket. What if I got a car wreck, something happened to my wife and I? So I said, you just deposit the money in the bank. So it was so smooth online selling the vehicle and whatnot that when I was really concerned about the drop-off. I was like, okay, they're gonna pull something on me. They're gonna you know, they're going to say they saw this. I'm a very honest person. I'm going to tell you guys that right off. If you've got some sneaky thing you're going to try to pull, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're going to get nailed. They have technicians that find this stuff. I'm a very honest person. My truck was in good shape. I take perfect care of my vehicles. I maintain them well. So when they got the vehicle, they're like, yeah, it's exactly as you described. They cut me a check for the amount of money, and I was in and out of the appointment, which was in San Jose, California, in a matter of like 20 minutes. And I was like 20 minutes early for my appointment. So it was really a great experience. The money hit my bank account within 24 hours. They said, you know, 24 to 48 hours. It hit my bank in 24 hours, which was wonderful. So yeah, it was a great experience. I did go back and buy the car I wanted from CarMax the next day, since I had the money to do it at that point, which was great. That experience also was excellent. David at CarMax, thank you for your patience. Thank you for helping me buy that car. And thank you to the Carvana team. I know this is going back and forth, but I dealt with both companies. Both companies were great. This is the third vehicle I've bought from CarMax in a matter of like 10 years, probably, the third vehicle. So I just wanted to share that experience. If you have any questions about it, you can ask down below in the comments of the video. If you have any questions about how it went for me, go ahead and ask. I'll do my best to answer the questions for you. But I just wanted to put this out there. I know it's something that people talk about a lot on the internet, online, and I just figured it was good information to share with y'all. So good stuff. Got some watches incoming. If you guys stuck around this long and you want to know about watches, I do have some MWCs incoming. I'm on the cusp of pulling the trigger on another watch that I want to add to the collection. What do you guys think? Black Bay 58 GMT versus the Black Bay FXD GMT. What is it called? The Pelagos GMT. What do you guys think? That's a fire alert on my phone. Yeah, I don't know. The Black Bay 58 is a pretty watch. The other one's a tool watch. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, guys, you stuck around this long. Thank you. Cheers to you guys. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.